eh, rekaman dari kelas itu saya selalu coba upload di YouTube ya. Jadi kalian bisa dapetin di YouTube. Jadi di situ aja. Jadi jangan nanya di situ ya. Ya seperti yang biasa. Di YouTube saya. Soalnya saya nggak pernah bikin YouTube buat scientific helper. Jadi itu deh di YouTube itu aja. Oke, hari ini kita akan mencoba. Kita nggak usah banyak-banyak teori ya. Kita belajar aja gitu ya. Kita latihan aja gitu kan. Nah, eh, ya kalau nanya YouTube-nya di mana, nah ketikanya tuh nama saya tuh ada. Oke, siapa yang mau mencoba menjawab part 1 hari ini? Silakan angkat tangan, angkat tangan, angkat tangan. Bisa diangkat tangannya. Pertanyaannya akan dijawab pertama tentang games. Jadi di games ini, what games are popular in your country gitu kan? Terus, do you play any games? How do people learn to play games in your country? And do you think it is important to people to play games? Oke. Wah, udah ada volunteernya. Gue seneng nih ada volunteernya. Oke, Stella, let's go. Wah, sampai buka ininya juga ya. Buka ini juga. Let's go, Stella.
Kak, bacain
Ya,
itunya
saya yang baca.
pertanyaan.
Oke.
Oh, ya.
Halo, Stella. How are you?
Hello.
Okay. Let's talk about games. What games are popular in your country?
The most fantastic games in my country are badminton, football, and also sometimes volleyball. They are popular because mostly people play that game so much and often being watched from the television by people.
Okay. Do you play any games?
Unfortunately, no, I don't play games because I don't have time for it. I'm busy to work and study.
Okay. How do people learn to play games in your country?
People study about how to play the games by taking a course. Sometimes from their childhood, the parents take them to specific school that makes them an athlete in the future.
Do you think it is important for people to play games?
Yes, absolutely, because playing games can be one of the alternatives you do to make you not stressful. And also, when you feel sad, you can encourage yourself not to be gloomy anymore by playing the game. It can distract you from this world for your stress and for your exhaustion. You can just play games, any games you like.
Okay. Kalau kita ngomongin ini, is it the games refer to sport or games like computer games like Mobile Legend or something? Bisa juga sih sebenarnya dua-duanya saya rasa boleh aja sih. Karena sekarang kan bisa kayak even we refer to like mobile games but it is part of this sport too, right? So saya rasa oke. Saya suka dengan ngomongnya Stella, terdengar begitu sound very natural. Jadi ngomong itu santai. Terus itu kayak, yaudah kamu ngomong aja gitu. Jadi tidak kedengeran, tidak terasa mikir begitu keras untuk ngomong. So that's good. Sebenarnya untuk tas satu jawabannya udah oke aja sih. Kayak gitu. Thank you Stella. Oke, ada yang lain? Masa nih dari 95 orang cuma satu yang mau menjawab. Ayo, ayo. Ayo, ayo. Ada yang mau nyoba lagi? Oke. Ada Lianema. Kenapa dia kabur? Lianema. Halo, Lianema. Oke, Zuraida. Halo, Zuraida.
Hello.
Are you working or studying?
I'm working. I'm working.
Okay. Let's talk about games. What games are popular in your country?
Popular games now in my country is Lato.
Lato-lato. Okay.
Lato.
Do you play any games?
No, I don't play any games at all.
Okay. How do people learn to play games in your country?
Is it about Lato or the other games?
Yeah, every games, not about Lato only, but all games.
Okay. They always play games in computer, maybe in computer in
But the question is, how do people learn?
how do people learn?
Yes.
Hmm, maybe they can learn it from YouTube, or maybe they can take a course.
Okay. Maybe not, maybe take tutorials, something like that from the community. Maybe okay. Do you think it is important for people to play games?
Some people need play games, but some people not.
Okay.
Like me, I don't need to play games because to menurunkan, how to say it,
Reduce.
to reduce my stress. I don't play game, but I do another activities.
Okay. Ya, yang pertama we need to appreciate your braveness to talk. Itu bagus juga apa namanya itu, tapi memang ya I can feel that you need to learn more to improve your speaking. Oke? Jadi masih banyak sih kayak
Okay,
area
thank
for
you.
improvement. Gue juga bisa merasakan pasti kayaknya kalau lancar-lancar banget, kalau misalnya dapat topik yang kurang kurang common for you, mungkin masih perlu ini kayak gitu. Ya, saya kalau misalnya speaking itu pertama itu gue fokus sih lebih kayak ngelihat orang itu dia bisa lancar ngomong dulu atau enggak sih kayak gitu. Dulu ketika pertama kali saya belajar speaking ya, ketika pertama kali belajar speaking, hal pertama yang gue lakuin itu kayak gue ngomong. Jadi cara untuk belajar speaking itu adalah the only way itu adalah kalian ngomong aja, ngomong gitu. Bisa kayak kalian ngomong aja, bisa kayak baca-baca, bisa pertanyaan kayak what games apa popular in your country. Kalian ngomong aja gitu, kayak jawab gitu. Saya percaya sebenarnya itu terkadang kita tahu kok apa yang kita mau ngomongin, kita juga itu selain punya apa yang kita mau ngomongin, kita juga punya you know what it is, vocabulary-nya, bahkan kita tahu grammar-nya. Tapi kita nggak bisa ungkapin. Kenapa? There is no connection between your mind and your mouth. Ya enggak? Tidak terkoneksi gitu antara pikiran kalian dengan mulut kalian untuk berbicara. Kenapa bisa begitu? Kayak ya maksud tuh kayak apa namanya tuh, kita tahu kok grammarnya, kita tahu mau ngomongin apa, pokoknya juga kita kuasai gitu kan, tapi kok nggak bisa keluar dari mulut ini gitu kan. Itu terjadi kenapa? Karena mereka tidak terkoneksi. Jadi the first thing you need to do is you have to think in your mind. Coba deh kalau sekarang itu mikir-mikirnya itu ini siapa nih yang suka menghayal, Gen Z gitu loh, pasti suka menghayal ya kan. Nah ketika kalian menghayal gitu kan, ketika kalian menghayal kebon, mungkin pakai bahasa Inggris menghayalnya gitu kan, sambil mungkin nih K-pop gitu kan, sambil mikirin Jungkook gitu kan. Aduh, ya Jungkook ya namanya. Jangan aku salah namanya, mungkin jangan salah nama mungkin, sorry jangan diserang ya. Misalnya gitu kalian ini kalian bisa mikirin gitu. Ini pasti bisa lama-lama, praktis aja ya. Oke, next I invite Martin. Halo Martin,
Hello, sir. You can hear
where
my
are you
voice
come from?
clearly? All right, I'm from Bangka Belitung province.
Okay, are you student?
Yes, I'm a fourth semester student.
Okay, let's talk about games. What games are popular in your country?
Okay, hello, I'm Martin. So, um, I'm from Indonesia, which is we have a lot of traditional games, such as for now we really popular one games that called Lato Lato, and we also have other mini games, traditional games. I mean.
Do you play any games?
For now, because I'm quite busy for my study, so I don't think so. I'm not playing game.
How do people learn to play games in your country?
In my country, and especially from my experience, that if I want to learn one games or other games, I will ask to my friends or any relative that already played that game before me.
Do you think it is important for people to play games?
In my opinion, it's important to play game
Mhm.
because game is one of how we to entertain us. So yeah, human being need entertainment, and I can say games is very important to entertain human beings.
Oke, good. Kamu udah bisa eksplorasi topiknya, kamu udah bisa menyampaikan opini kamu udah bisa menyampaikan whatever you want to say. Eh, ya tentunya kalau misalnya kita nanti udah ngomongin tentang IELTS, ya pasti ada hal-hal yang perlu diperbaiki ya. Kita, karena IELTS is examination. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian lihat ada meme di Instagram atau di ini, bahasa IELTS itu memang berbeda guys gitu. Jadi bahasa IELTS itu dia tidak menggunakan, biasanya tuh terkadang eh, kayak lebay-lebayin dalam artian itu terutama di writing ya. Tapi jadi ada terkadang itu kayak jadi dua sisi mata poin ya. Terkadang terkadang di IELTS itu dia terkadang kejadiannya tuh nggak jadi sounds natural karena kita berusaha untuk membuat dia tuh kedengaran lebih, karena kita memperhatikan grammarnya, kita permainkan tuh grammar gitu kan, biar grammarnya itu bisa 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 range itu kelihatan kayak gitu. Jadi bagaimana kalian mungkin di dalam speaking itu bisa bermain dengan past tense, dengan future tense, atau dengan present tense dan bentuk-bentuk kalimat yang lain gitu kan, supaya presisinya juga harus dapat. Oke, next students, Indah. Halo Indah.
Halo Kak.
Oke. Are you student?
Yes.
What are you studying?
Pardon me.
What subject are you studying?
I study English language.
So it will be easy for you to talk. Okay. What games are popular in your country?
The main game that's popular in my country is like mobile games such as Mobile Legend or Free Fire. But sometimes there are a lot of the games that can be played by some people in my country.
Do you play any games?
Absolutely yes, because for now I'm not really enjoy about something that I have learned. So game can make me more refresh myself to face all of the things that I must face for this era.
Okay. How do people learn to play games in your country?
Based on my experience, some people can learn game based on the YouTube or based on their self to explore the game that they want to play. Actually, it is one of the things that to be the unique things for people because they can learn it by themselves and they can learn it so easy about game especially.
Do you think it is important for people to play games?
Yes, I do. Because I think that game can also make us more refreshed. And it's also can be one of the healing for us to help us more enjoy in our life.
Okay. Indah. Kalau Indah,
Ya,
kenapa anak bahasa Inggris sering nggak bisa di IELTS reading?
di IELTS reading,
Iya.
actually for myself, buat aku sendiri gitu Kak, reading tuh capek.
Jujurly, I have many students from English department, tapi banyak yang bermasalah di reading. Dan dulu ketika dulu saya kan pernah les IELTS di UIN Jogja. Itu adalah program dari My Scholarship. Di sana tuh kan ada 2 kelas gitu kan. Kayak the first class itu isinya kayak anak sains kayak gue gitu kan. Terus basic science, engineering gitu. Kita readingnya kuat banget. Kayak reading itu adalah kayak top skill lah gitu. Favorit exam dah buat kita gitu kan. Tapi di kelas sebelah isinya ada bahasa Inggris. Waduh, mereka tuh musuhin banget tuh reading. But they love speaking. Ya, kalau speaking bagus, mereka tuh suka-suka banget, bahkan mereka tuh nilainya pada bagus-bagus gitu di speaking. Jadi jadi gue suka candain dengan bahasa Inggris, kenapa kalian tuh nggak bisa reading gitu. Oke. Nah ini penting banget nih, ada pertanyaan menarik nih. Kak, tapi gimana cara buat ngatasin orang yang suka komen negatif dengan kita low level pas coba untuk speaking English? Sebenarnya tuh jujur ini pengalaman gue ketika SMA dulu ya kan, karena saking semangatnya gue tuh, maksudnya kayak kan gini ceritanya, waktu SMA itu gue tuh pengen belajar speaking karena saya pengen bisa ikut debat bahasa Inggris gitu di sekolah ya kan. Nah akhirnya itu saya ambil lah kursusan gitu kan. Di sana itu ternyata sendirian loh, I'm the only senior high school student. Meanwhile, all other students are junior. I don't know, elementary school student. Mereka tuh masih SD gitu kan, dia tuh paling SMA sendiri gitu. Tapi tuh nggak bisa, jadinya tuh gue inget banget gitu ketika keluar main, ketika ada jam istirahat gitu, karena ada teman saya di kelas sebelah, kita sering belajar speaking, banyak juga sih yang ngolok kita gitu, kita dianggap sesuatu sebagai semana ya, tapi akhirnya itu one things yang perlu kita pelajari adalah terkadang itu kita nggak boleh terlalu peduli sama omongan orang sih. Ya maksudnya tuh kayak kenapa kita terlalu peduli sama omongan orang yang sebenarnya itu secara logika itu tidak membuat kita berprogres jadi lebih baik. So, gak usahlah dengerin kata orang ya. Just do it. Karena segala sesuatunya perlu proses. Oke. Nah, ini kan tadi Indah tuh jurusan bahasa Inggris. Saya kan Indah jurusan bahasa Inggris, dia belajar di sini. Jadi memang bahasa Inggris itu sulit, guys. Maksudnya tuh untuk bisa mencapai skor yang tinggi, terutama di IELTS lah ya. Jangan kalian tuh kayak, Kak, aku bisa nggak belajar 2 bulan langsung dapat IELTS tinggi. Ya kampret gitu. Kalian itu yang jurusan bahasa Inggris sekarang udah S1 bahasa Inggris, karena mereka S2 bahasa Inggris, ketika tes IELTS malah mereka tuh nggak bisa dapat 6,5 gitu. Jadi tolong gitu kan, jadi kalian itu jangan terlalu ekspektasi tinggi gitu loh gitu. Kalau kalian mau tahu tentang how do English is very difficult, maksudnya tuh untuk IELTS ya, untuk IELTS, untuk itu kalian mungkin bisa ke Pare juga. Di Pare itu dia banyak banget orang-orang yang struggle dengan bahasa Inggris, bahkan mungkin orang-orang itu mungkin dia belajar bahasa Inggris for such a long time ya, bisa setahun gitu, tapi mereka masih IELTS-nya cuma 5 doang gitu, atau mungkin 6 doang gitu. Dan banyak juga orang itu. Jadi itu sih, tenang, saya adalah orang yang tidak akan menceritakan kalian hal yang bagus-bagus ya. You have to know the side. Kalian tuh ada loh gitu. Ada teman saya dulu bilang, aku tuh nggak bisa terinspirasi sama Habibie ya. Kenapa segitu? Ya karena Habibie belajar bahasa Inggris, belajar bahasa Jerman, dia langsung bisa. Nah gue belajar IELTS saja tuh udah sampai keriting di kepala, udah capek banget ya bisa-bisa gitu. Jadi mungkin beda-beda orang, tapi guys, please consider itu semua prosesnya itu cukup lama ya. Oke, kita lanjutin. Oke, the next students, Meta. Halo Meta. Halo Meta.
Iya, halo Kak.
Oke, where are you from?
I'm from Medan.
Can you tell me a little bit about Medan?
Medan is I guess it's a metropolitan city, and also with the high criminality issue and also corruption. I don't think it's a good place to live in, but yeah, as long as you have a family here, it will be fun.
Okay, let's talk about the games. What games are popular in your country?
Is that about traditional games or modern
Up to you.
games? Okay. For traditional, I guess there is a petak umpet, there is a lato-lato for this currently famous. But for modern, I guess people playing in digital. So maybe it's like an internet that can connect people from your place to maybe around the world. You can playing together like with MOBA, PUBG, and etc.
Do you play any games?
Yeah, of course I am playing games. But basically I just playing if my friend invite me. So I just spend my time, my free time with playing games. If I have a lot of things that makes me hard to refresh myself by reading or etc. I will invite my friend. I will ask them. So I will spend my time. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes for playing together.
How do people learn to play games in your country?
People playing games and learn games, I guess they can learn by themselves from internet, or maybe they can also learn from their friends. People can have so many ways to develop their skill in games. So I don't think games need to learn so much, because if you enjoy it, you can play it just not to be so good, but just to make it a fun.
Do you think it is important for people to play games?
Oh, sure, because this day everything is gonna be make you stressed. If you not have something like to reduce your stress, you can depress. So sometimes games can help you to, yeah, you can have a better work-life balance, because you have something to, like, you have another option, another activity that can distract you from your daily life. That's game.
Meta,
Yeah.
one additional question, but you can answer in Indonesia, right? So
Okay.
people can hear the answers. Bagaimana caranya kamu belajar speaking? Mungkin itu bisa sharing game lain.
Sebenarnya saya sering dengar musik, Kak. Jadi musik yang saya dengar tuh musik bahasa Inggris. Jadi saya ngelatih listening saya juga. Jadi kayak misalnya saya dengar lagu yang saya seneng nih. Nah, saya dengar liriknya itu apa, saya tulis. Terus saya tulis, saya cek lagi ke Google, benar nggak tulisannya dengan makna yang saya dapat. Nah, kalau misalnya salah, ternyata pengucapannya saya yang salah. Nah, dari situ jadinya kayak paham gitu loh, Kak. Oh, ini ngebenerinnya ke sini. Oh, ternyata ngucapinnya itu kayak gini, kayak gitu sih, Kak.
Oke. Sebenarnya tuh in my point of view, speaking itu ini ada prosesnya sih. Yang pertama itu untuk bisa bahasa Inggris ya, apapun bahasa Inggrisnya itu, maksudnya kayak entah itu mau speaking, mau writing atau apapun, reading, listening gitu. Yang pertama yang harus punya adalah vocabularies dulu, guys. Nggak bisa gitu. Jadi kalian mau belajar grammar sampai kiamat pun kalau nggak banyak vocabulary itu kalian nggak bisa sih. Jadi yang pertama tuh vocabnya. Jadi kayak harus tahu dulu vocabularies sama grammarnya. Jadi nggak bisa sih dua-dua itu harus jalan segini. Nah, kalau grammar menurut gue, aku kemarin tuh ada video, salah satu video dia bilang gini kayak apa namanya tuh, saya ngomong bahasa Inggris di Australia selalu aman-aman saja, di Eropa aman-aman saja, bahkan saya komunikasi sama orang luar ya aman-aman saja. Tapi kenapa kalau saya ngomong sama orang Indonesia, mereka selalu mengkritik bahasa Inggris saya? Gitu dia bilang. Dan saya setuju sih dengan itu. Mungkin orang Indonesia mereka terlalu fokus sama grammarnya atau sama apa namanya itu sama pronunciation-nya. Jadi mereka lupa bahwa ya berbicara itu sebenarnya you have to say something kan. Kayak gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian masih belajar speaking, fokus deh sama bisa nggak sih kalian itu mengekspresikan apa yang kalian ingin sampaikan dulu. Grammar itu belakangan dulu gitu. Grammar itu bisa kita pelajarin by the time kita sambil ngomong, sambil kita baca-baca, oh ternyata grammar gue salah, oh ternyata begini yang bener gitu kan. Pelan-pelan aja, ya nggak usah anti kritik juga ya, tapi maksudnya tuh kalian nggak usah takut ngomong sedikit and kalian merasa bahwa kesalahan grammar itu ada yang sifatnya minor, maksudnya minor itu kayak kita masih bisa tangkap kok apa yang kalian sampaikan gitu. Orang lain bisa tangkap, so it's okay. Ya, itu masih bisa komunikasi gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya kesalahan grammarnya sampai orang tuh nggak paham, nah baru kita lihat harus perbaiki. Gitu. Next student, Agnes. Halo Agnes. Halo Agnes. Agnes. Kayaknya Agnes ikut double kelas ya. I think she is my student. Gue inget namanya. Oke. Next. Oke, kita pindah ke part 2 dulu. Part 2 dulu. Ya. Selain part 1 juga ada part 2 ya. Jadi part 2 itu adalah ini misalnya kayak gini, pertanyaan adalah describe an open air or street market which you enjoy visiting. Nah, kalian pernah pergi ke street market kayak open air atau street ini tuh pasar malam gitu atau pasar minggu gitu kan ya. You should say where the market is. Jadi pertama itu kalau jawab pas 2 itu kalian harus bisa menjelaskan dulu bahwa kalian itu akan menjelaskan tentang open air atau street market dulu. Terus yang baru kalian jelasin di mana dia. Di mana itu like where the market is, itu di mana itu ada banyak komponen yang kalian bisa tambahkan ke sana, misalnya kayak posisinya di mana atau mungkin seberapa kalian harus memberikan sehingga orang-orang itu sebenarnya punya gambaran gitu lokasinya di mana. Jadi jangan cuma kayak jangan cuma mention doang seakan-akan examinernya itu paham di mana. Tapi kalau bisa speaking itu walaupun ujian, tapi bagaimana caranya kita juga tuh seakan-akan bisa berkomunikasi gitulah ya. Terus what the market sell, mereka jual apa saja, mungkin kalian bisa categorize dulu, baru dijelasin apa saja gitu kan. How big the market is, nah kalian bisa menjelaskan seberapa luas, mungkin berapa ini, mungkin kalian bisa gambarin bagaimana cara kalian jelasin supaya orang-orang tuh punya gambaran gitu, segini loh luasnya. And explain why you enjoy visiting this market. Kenapa kalian itu menyukai mengunjungi tempat ini? Nah, untuk menjawab pertanyaan ini, untuk di bagian 2 ini, biasanya nih kalau it is not usually, but it should be like that. Kalau di speaking IELTS, kalian itu pertama akan dikasih lembaran. Kalau yang ini ya, kalau yang langsung. Pokoknya kalian akan dikasih pertanyaannya dulu. Jadi pertanyaannya itu adalah kayak ini. Terus kalian dikasih waktu 1 menit. 1 minute to prepare. 1 menit itu kalian bisa gunakan untuk mencatat poin apa yang kalian mau sampaikan. Nah, di sana ada note takingnya ya. Setelah itu baru kalian akan menjawab selama 2 menit. Oke. Ada yang mau coba untuk menjawab bagian part 2 ini? Anybody want to try? Oke, thank you. Martin.
Okay, thank you, sir. So For now, I live in Pangkal Pinang City, which
Okay.
we have a one traditional market. So the name is Pasar Pagi Market. And then what they sell in there is daily needs goods such as like vegetable and then meat, egg or the others. For the size, I think if we imagine it's like maybe it's almost like one football field. So yeah, the size is almost like that. I think that at the end.
Oke, aku suka cara kamu menjelaskan luas it-nya itu. Karena tadi juga gue kepikiran kayak gimana sih cara kalian untuk menjelaskan luas gitu kan. Dengan kalian menjelaskan pakai football field itu kan mudah banget orang tuh punya gambaran gitu. Oh, seluas ini gitu kan. Kayak gitu. Ya kamu juga udah ini. Sebenarnya pertanyaan terakhir itu belum terjawab. And explain why you enjoy visiting this market. Sebenarnya kalau di tas 2 itu it should be longer. Jadi pertanyaan yang terakhir itu dia tuh punya a bigger portion sih seharusnya. Ya, it's okay.
Oh, I not read that. Sorry.
Okay. Ya, enggak apa-apa. You want to add your answers to explain it? Mau ditambah nggak? You want
Oh,
to
sure,
add your
sure,
answer
sure,
for the
sure,
questions?
sure. Yeah, I'm enjoy this market very much because for the goods that they offer, the price is always cheap rather than when we buy some goods at the modern market or like in the mall. So if we or I want to buy a lot of goods that for my daily needs, of course I will go to Pasar Pagi market.
Okay. With whom you visited the market?
Um, sometime alone, sometime I'm accompany my mom.
Okay. Thank you, Martin. Okay,
Mm.
next. Lani. Lani Juniarti.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go.
What? Wait.
Ya, silakan dijawab.
Start ya, Kak.
Ya, you can start.
Okay. Okay, I always join in market near of my dorm place. So this market different with my village actually. It is need around 20 minutes for go to the market. So the market sell so many vegetable and our daily need, and the large of my the large of market maybe not really large, maybe just like a half of football yard. And the last thing, I enjoy to join that market because actually I still on diet, so I need to buy some fresh vegetables, so they buy it. Thank you.
Oke, thank you. Ya, secara ini kamu lumayan bagus ngomongnya. Ini kenapa jadi turun ya? Iya, sorry. Tidak kelihatan ya pertanyaannya. Oke, ya. Mungkin kalian juga kalau di part 1, part 2 ini bagus juga ya. Kalian bisa menambahkan idioms misalnya. So, itu bisa nambahin range dari lexical resource-nya. Thank you, Lani.
Ya, Kak.
Okay. Now, Asriadi Saka.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start.
Well, thank you. I want to describe about an open street market that I enjoy to visit. The market is Harajuku Market that were located in Tokyo City in Japan. I really like to visit in Harajuku Market because there are a lot of clothing and unique accessories and culinary, especially from Japanese culinary, for example, crabs, ice cream, and there are so many Japanese culinary providing in there. And then the Harajuku market is not so big. However, Harajuku market is during a long way from Harajuku to Shibuya City. And then I really like and enjoy to visit in there because during a couple of years ago, I stayed in Tokyo, and I usually bring my family members, especially my immediate family members, my wife, my son, and my daughter as well. And every single week we visit there, and we really enjoy because there are provide so many things, not only for the clothing, but also for the culinary, especially from Japanese as well. Thank you.
Oke, thank you. Wah, aku
Thank you,
suka
sir.
ya ngomongnya. That's good. Tidak hanya lancar, tapi menarik juga dari kontennya ya. Oke, next student, Rahma.
Okay. In my hometown, I love to visit a traditional market called Pasar Burung. It is located in a street where the sellers sell various kinds of basic needs like fish, vegetables, herbs and spices, and of course, birds, just like its name. It is quite huge and crowded of people. I do remember when I accompanied my mom to buy some herbs there. And then I lost my mom for just a blink of an eye because it was so full of people. I love to follow my mom to go there because it opens in the morning and I can easily take a walk for a little exercise. I think that's it. Thank you.
Oke, thank you Rahma. Sebenarnya itu pronunciation-nya aku suka, jadi prosesnya bagus, enak didengarnya gitu ya. Fluensinya juga oke. Jadi kalau speaking itu kan ada 4 nilai ya. Kalau untuk IELTS-nya kan ada 4 ya. Ada pronunciation, ada lexical resource. Lexical resource itu vocabulary sih. Ya maksudnya itu vocabulary di IELTS itu lebih ke kayak apa ya? Bagaimana caranya kalian itu berusaha untuk tidak mengatakan hal yang sama dengan vocab yang sama. Jadi kalian harus mengganti-ganti vocabnya dengan sinonimnya gitu kan. Selain mengganti vocab dengan sinonimnya, kalian juga bisa apa namanya tuh ya bisa mungkin memakai bentuk-bentuk vocabulary yang lebih advance. Lebih advance itu terkadang jarang dipakai misalnya kayak gitu. Ya, tapi jangan kebanyakan juga ya, terutama di speaking karena kadang kalau speaking kan dia direct ya, kadang mereka nggak tahu kalian ngomong apa gitu. Kalau di writing bebas, sekreatif mungkin lah. Thank you Rahma. Oke, Indah.
Okay. Okay, now I want to try to explain or describe about the open air or street market in my place. There are one big street or open air market in a place. They place it in front of the highway, and actually this is a province way that you can find in front of the in front of the in front of, it is beside of the big hospital and one of the big hospital in my town. This is one of the most famous market in my place, that all of the people in my town can find it easily. There are a lot of the things that market sells, such as the clothes and then the food and others. You can find all of the things that we need in this place. And it also can make us really happy because this place or this market is really attractive, I think, because all of the people or the seller in this place so interactive with us.
Okay.
This market is so big and hug because it's include a lot of the seller that come from another place. It's not come from my town. It's not come from my town, but the seller from the other towns also go there to sell all of the thing, to sell or over all of. And when you go there, I think you kind of feel so over to the moon because this place is so great, I think.
Okay. Thank you,
That's
Indah. Oke. Sekarang saya panggil random aja ya. Tenang, saya akan tanya yang mudah-mudah. Saya tidak akan tanya tentang yang ini. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian lagi open mic boleh ya. Nabila Rahma. Halo Nabila Rahma. Tidak ada respon. Melisa. Halo Melisa. Tunggu, kalian bukan saya suruh. Jawab yang sulit ya. Tapi yang mudah. Apa ya? Adinda Safrini. Aduh. Jadi kayaknya langsung pada lab ya kayaknya. Ya apa-apa. Jadi biasa kalau cuma saya senangnya ngajar itu yang semuanya aktif ya. Andi Sarifah. Halo Andi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good, and I'm learning with you. But now I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just dying for now. But
Okay. Do you like studying speaking?
yes, of course. But even I'm learning in Tarbiyah faculty. Is like Islamic education. I think it's very important to me to learning English, so I joined here for make my grammar better and my pronunciation and my speaking skills. Yeah, like that.
What do you like about your studying? I mean, Islamic. You study Islamic education, right?
Yeah.
What do you love about that subject?
I learn about, of course, I learn about my religion is Islam. I think we should to understanding what we believe, right?
Of course.
I learn about the theology. Learn about is like Mahzab. We know there is Hanbali, Hanafi, Shafi'i, and then I learned philosophy. So from the Greek till the Western, till the Islamic, we learn all of the tokoh, how to say tokoh.
Important people, maybe.
Yeah, maybe important people. Yeah, we learn about that, and we learn about the history of absolutely Islamic history, like our prophet history and another history which is connecting to our religion, my religion.
Bagus ya, lu udah bisa banyak ngomong, udah bisa expressing the idea, dan kita juga udah bisa berkomunikasi, so that's good. Thank you, Adi.
You're welcome.
Bima Aditya. Halo Bima Aditya.
Halo Kak.
Okay. Where are you from?
Where? Okay, I'm from Surabaya.
Surabaya. Okay. Which part of Surabaya?
West Surabaya.
West Surabaya.
Specifically in Dukuhpang Barat Street.
Okay. What are you student?
Yes, I do.
Where did you study? Where are you studying?
I'm studying at Depok. I was at my 6th semester for this year.
Okay. What the subject? What subject?
Communication studies.
Communication studies. So what you study in communication? What things you study?
I do learn about media a lot because the focus for my department is about media. Then I learn how the media affect the world, how the media affect public also, and if we are practitioner there, what can we do for communicate at things? Not communicate at things, but more like
like apa?
I'm sorry, I'm get stuck a lot.
Mungkin mau bilang kayak how to communicate something effectively.
Iya, ya bisa gitu mungkin.
Okay, that's good. Itu bisa dilatih terus dan I think you can do better in speaking. Ya, perlu berlatih aja ya.
Okay, thank you
Bima.
so much.
Okay. Cari-cari lagi. Indra Musri Permana. Indra Musri Permana. Iplaka. Ipla, halo. Ipla, halo.
Halo Kak.
Aduh, aku belum balas chatnya ya. So sorry. Gue belum baca soalnya. Jadi gue harus nyari dulu. Ya, hari ini gue janji. Nanti kita kelas kan. Jadi datang ya.
Iya Kak, nanti datang Kak.
Oke. Gue mau nanya dulu sama lo, jangan kabur dulu. Oke. Tapi itu mereka baca bahasa Inggris. Iplaka. Can you tell me about your subject in university? What are you studying?
I studying about how to teach young learner.
Young learner.
Yes. For my
in Islamic education, maybe.
Yes, but sometimes I make sorry Kak.
Santai aja, tenang. Anggap yang 85 orang ini tuh tidak ada. Oke. Lanjut. Oke. Where are you from? Aku udah tahu sih jawabannya. Where are you from? Yo, bilang aja I'm from Surabaya gitu.
Kak, kok aku ngeblank sih?
Oke. Nanti kita lihat ya. Thank you Ipla. Berarti kamu perlu belajar. Ingat, menjadi penulis juga harus bisa bahasa Inggris. Oke?
Iya Kak.
Ya, thank you Ipa. Biasanya ngajar jam segini.
Iya tadi baru pulang makanya shock pas dipanggil kayak belum telat juga.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, Ditya Mahendra. Halo Ditya.
Halo Kak, kedengeran suara saya?
Yes, it is clear. Okay, where are you from?
Actually, I am from Bali, and I live at Jalan Kepundung number 4 near the Puputan Badung field. And now I am an employee at PT Indomarko Prismatama. Thank you.
What do you like about living in Bali?
Living in Bali is the most beautiful day in my life. I like here because there is a lot of beach and street food and about the culture actually. And then maybe the people is very nice and kind in here.
Why do people must visit Bali?
Yeah, because Bali is the top number one
I agree with that.
destination, holiday destination in other country maybe, such as in Australian, like Chinese, and then the other country.
Okay. Would you like to stay in Bali forever?
Actually, no, because I want to sometime visit to the what we say luar negeri.
Yeah, other country.
Yeah, other country. I want to improve my economic and my social class maybe.
Yeah, I know that you like Bali a lot.
My English is so bad.
No, it is good. It is good. And the communication is going on. What is there any something you dislike about Bali?
I don't think I dislike Bali, but maybe in other opinion, Bali is a lot of holiday days. From employers' opinion, there is a problem because the employee usually take unpaid leave because the culture matter.
Okay, thank you, Ditya. Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Luh Matri Sutistia Sudani, hello.
Hello, good evening, Kak.
Do you agree with his opinion?
Of course.
Yeah, because I think you're from Bali too, right?
Yeah, you see from my first name, right?
Yes. Okay. Is there anything you dislike about Bali?
I think Bali is perfect. I'm from Bali, and yeah, Bali is so safe. Bali is so beautiful from the panorama, from the views, and a lot of things, and also cheap things. Yeah, affordable, and I think, yeah, I will say no. I don't have things to be hated. Just enjoy to live in Bali, but I'm sorry, dude. I really want to go to abroad and maybe to gain new experience.
Yeah, sometimes when we go to other places, so we can compare between our home and other areas. So maybe we will have a better judgment.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Is there any something that can be improved in Bali?
Okay, something that we can be improved. I think in terms of okay, a lot of area, but first thing first, as the educator and also the person that really focus on education, I think education and also the early marriage, I think. And we need to make a better understanding and also awareness for that. Yeah, we know that Indonesia is supposed to have a people that really enjoy to learning and also focus on the study at least 12 years. But in Bali, we have such a lot, maybe you know, what is that? In Bali, we call as sing beling sing anten, or which is means not pregnant, not marriage. So it's like a lot of the young generation here do that. So I need to focus to give them the educations and also to improve the understanding about what actually the marriage is and also what actually the importance of education is. And then we need to improve it. And then, yeah, Bali can be better for the learning process. And also we take care of the young generation to gain the new era, which is the golden era in 2045. And yeah, that's the focus. But if we see like the hospitality and also for the destination place, I think Bali is really the best one in the world, even though in Indonesia such a lot of places that we can visit, but I think Bali is really great and we just need to improve and then maintain what we already have. So I need to focus on education and also the teenager growth process. Thank you, Kak.
Kayaknya kalau lu nanti ambil tes IELTS speaking, kayaknya it is easy to get more than 6 point. Untuk
Really, Kak?
ya. Ini nih ada karena beberapa orang bilang they like your accent. Bisa cerita sedikit gak sih mungkin gimana cara belajar speakingnya dulu sehingga bisa kayak sekarang?
Oke.
Bahasa Indonesia aja biar mereka paham semuanya.
Oh, bahasa Indonesia nih, Kak.
Ya karena pasti ada yang nggak ngerti kalau bahasa Inggris nanti ya kan. Kasihan.
Oke, terima kasih banyak sebelumnya Kak dan selamat malam teman-teman dimanapun berada ya pasti dari berbagai macam daerah di Indonesia. Kebetulan ya saya pribadi salah satu lulusan dari Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha, which is saya mengambil pendidikan bahasa Inggris. Nah, sebelum ya. Tapi sebelum itu juga saya juga masih tetap belajar dan masih ada banyak hal yang perlu saya persiapkan. Tapi saya sudah belajar bahasa Inggris itu sejak kecil. Dulu saya belajar bahasa Inggris sejak saya kelas 4 SD. Dari yang grammarnya acak-adul, yang benar-benar saya tidak paham. Bahkan sekarang pun sebagai seorang guru bahasa Inggris dan juga tutor bahasa Inggris, saya juga masih kalang kabut gitu. Masih deg-degan kalau saya belum pernah sama sekali tes IELTS, tapi untuk TOEFL mungkin sudah pernah karena menjadi salah satu syarat kelulusan saya waktu sidang skripsi. Dan itu
tahu nggak sih, biasanya tuh banyak loh ada jurusan bahasa Inggris yang buat dapat TOEFL 500 saja lumayan sulit ya.
Iya,
ada
betul.
aja di beberapa kampus sih gitu ya.
Betul Kak, betul. Karena
jadi,
apa ya? Ya, you
ya,
go first.
Lanjut.
Oke Kak. Oke, di sini ada yang bilang wow tutor bahasa Inggris. Enggak juga sih Kak, masih belajar. Apa ya? Yang bikin mungkin kita kendalanya itu mungkin kalau saya pribadi, saya juga sempat beberapa kali kayak di bawah 500 pernah untuk tes TOEFL itu karena kurang fokus, kurang persiapan, dan kurang konsentrasi. Tapi kalau misalnya kita sudah fokus, sudah konsentrasi, dan tidak mengantuk, karena saya cepat mengantuk kalau baca teks, itu saya jamin nilainya bisa di atas 500, seperti itu.
Yang salah tuh sebenarnya anak bahasa Inggris itu mostly mereka tuh tidak terlalu jago di reading.
Iya, betul.
Ayo dah kita saingan siapa nih yang geng-geng dari anak IPA. Kita saingan dah sama anak bahasa Inggris, kita pasti menang. Tahu nggak? Kalau kemarin itu aku sempat diskusi sama salah satu student. Satu alasan anak bahasa Inggris kenapa mereka kurang jago di reading. Kenapa? Karena mereka tuh belum, karena in social science, ini buat teman-teman yang social science ya, kalian tuh belum terlalu terbiasa untuk menentukan mana yang salah, mana yang benar. Ya, maksudnya tuh kan kalau anak-anak social science kan kadang kayak every answer itu kemungkinan ada unsur benarnya kan gitu. Sementara kalau di ujian kayak IELTS itu tidak bisa, kalau yang salah ya salah gitu. Ibaratnya kalau true, false, not given gitu kan di reading gitu kan, true, false, not given, terkadang judgement-nya tuh kurang kritis gitu.
Okay. But I'm sorry, I was in the majoring of science when I was senior high school.
Ya, oke. Jadi ya kadang kayak gitu sih.
Iya,
Tapi
betul.
nggak semua anak bahasa Inggris gitu. Banyak juga kok anak-anak bahasa Inggris yang jago banget di readingnya. Tapi banyak gitu. Tapi kalau diurutin kemampuannya kadang mereka lebih bagus di speaking, di listening, tapi readingnya kurang. Biasanya
Betul,
kalau
betul.
jurusan lain itu biasanya readingnya bagus gitu, tapi yang lainnya
Iya.
kurang.
Betul, saya pribadi rasanya sih kayaknya di sana juga seperti yang kakak bilang. Gitu.
Iya, lebih takut readingnya daripada speaking gitu kan.
Iya. Katanya sih gitu sih kak, yang buat teman-teman saya yang udah sempat ngambil IELTS, katanya sih susahnya di reading, di writing juga, karena
Ya, kalau
harus
writing itu semua
tahu.
sih, kalau writing semua.
Iya,
Ya.
karena harus tahu isu yang besar ya kak ya katanya ya. Maksudnya banyak tahu pengetahuan.
Iya, karena kan pertanyaannya kan kayak bener-bener ini. Oke semuanya, thank you for today. Wah, kita juga banyak hari ini dengerin inspirasi ya. Semoga cerita-cerita dari yang lain itu bisa memberikan gambaran bahwa belajar bahasa Inggris itu perlu proses. Gak cuma sekarang itu gue tuh lagi kayak apa ya, lagi kayak mau pengen remind ke orang-orang yang kenal sama saya gitu, kayak nggak bisa instan guys gitu. Yang udah belajar bahasa Inggris bahkan mungkin kerjanya juga teaching English gitu kan, mereka juga masih punya eagerness untuk belajar gitu kan. Bahkan saya yakin tetap gitu kalau misalnya mau tes IELTS, bahkan kadang mereka juga harus kayak ambil kursusnya dulu untuk pemantapan gitu kan ya, terkadang ya untuk ininya. Jadi memang semuanya perlu proses. I know that you are Gen Z, I know that you like something instant ya kan, tapi tidak segala sesuatu itu bisa benar-benar dicapai secara instan. Oke semuanya, thank you for today and see you in the next meeting. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Baik kak,
Thank you so
terima
much,
kasih banyak
Kak.
kak. Thank you so much.
Terima kasih Kak.
Terima kasih kak.
Oke,
Thank you,
Elop.
thank you semua.
Thank you.
Kakak.